Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wu Bin. I'm the General Manager of ICBC New York. I was previously a member of the steering committee of ICBC's Branch Reconfiguration project. Today, we are very honored to be here as a finalist to the France Edelman Award 2011. My colleagues and I, we are very pleased to share with all of you about the BR project. The PR project is developed by ICBC together with IBM. The goal for the project is to give a better understanding of a specific area in the city to the top management of the branch of different level of the bank and help the management to make a quicker decision to open, close, relocate, upgrade, or downgrade a branch, and to assign appropriate personnel to this branch, and to design or provide different or adequate financial services or product to our existing clients or potential customers surrounding this area. So in short, the BR project is aimed to optimize the overall management of the branch network. Before making further explanation, I would like to show you a video. It's a brief introduction of ICBC. I hope it will help you to get a better knowledge about our bank. Please.
ICBC, Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, is the largest publicly traded bank in the world, measured by market capitalization, deposit volume, and profitability. In China, ICBC has a vast branch network of 38 provincial and large city divisions, over 300 city units, and over 16,000 branches to serve over 200 million individual customers and 3.6 million corporate clients. In China, branch offices are the most important service and marketing channel for banks. The most effective way to acquire new customers is through a bank branch, as compared to other channels like internet banking. Banking customers in China, as in other developing markets, prefer using branches even more for routine transactions and financial services. A large and capable branch network is necessary for ICBC to acquire target customers and expand market share. The financial market in China is rapidly changing with the increased economic level, modernization, urbanization, and globalization of China. ICBC is facing this fast-changing and competitive market. A critical strategic problem for ICBC was the reconfiguration of the branch locations and service capabilities to match the regional economy and customer distribution, along with the quick identification and relocation to new high-potential market areas. Considering the large branch network, complex competitive environment, and dynamic demographics, it was necessary for ICBC to develop a systematic methodology and analytical system to support the branch network optimization for all ICBC branches. In 2006, ICBC partnered with IBM to develop a customized branch network optimization system known as Branch Reconfiguration, BR.
Thank you. In today's China, all banks are using advanced IT technology to build their e-banking channels and trying very hard to meet the ever-increasing financial needs of their clients. However, the branch network remains the most important service and marketing channels and constitute a valuable asset for all the major banks. In such circumstances, a branch's client deposit becomes a very important index widely used in banking industry to evaluate the efficiency and the performance of this branch. So, during the past 5 years, ICBC, together with IBM, we designed a BR system and implemented the system to 40 cities in China. So far, we got a very significant achievement from the project. $21.2 billion additional client deposit was generated directly from the BR system. We won't stop there. Another 60 cities in China is already on our agenda. So I think at the mid of this year, we will finish the installation of BR system in all these 60 cities. So next, I would like to show you another video. It's a message made by our chairman, Dr. Jiang Jianqing. It shows a strong commitment to this project granted by the top management of ICBC. Please.
中国工商银行是全球最大的商业银行，这不仅仅在于它的市值、利润和客户存款位居全球第一，而且它有庞大的客户群，2.4亿客户。我们每天为他们办理1.8亿笔业务，客户每天为工商银行贡献7000万美元的利润。服务网络是工商银行的核心竞争力的重要组成部分，它是有遍布全中国以至世界上28个国家和地区的1.7万家分行和先进的互联网银行、电话银行和 ATM 组成。渠道呢，不仅是竞争的优势，又是成本。渠道又是连接客户和银行的桥梁。在过去的10年里，我们依靠渠道的优化，减少了50%的分行，使我们的收入成本比降低至过去的1半。我们的人均效率提升了15倍，我们人均的利润提升了31倍。这一切都是依靠渠道的科学规划，依靠运筹学，依靠科学管理。它使工商银行成为了一家优秀的银行，它使我们离客户更近。
Okay, thank you. During the following time, our BR team members will continue the presentation. So we will talk about the concept, the model, and our experience during the deployment of the system. Firstly, I would like to invite Mr. Guo Lijie, who is the project manager and comes from ICBC.
Thank you, Mitun. As the project manager, I'm very glad to have the chance to introduce our project. Now, I will briefly talk about the problems and the challenges. ICBC's branch network management and optimization is a complex and difficult task. Our goal is to locate a branch in right place with right types and to serve right customers with right service. To achieve the goal, we have to address 3 key problems. The first problem is how to calculate the customer distribution. The second problem is how to find where to open a new branch and determine the right type of the branch. Since we have 4 types of branch in ICBC, they are Wealth Management Center, VIP Service Center, Financial Service Center, and Financial Service Outlet. The third problem is how to find which existing branch need to be moved, upgraded, downgraded, or closed. To handle the problems, there are 3 challenges. The first challenge is how to solve the large-scale optimization problem. For example, in a typical city, ICBC need to locate about 200 branches with 4 types in 5,000 candidate locations. So, the searching space is very large. The second challenge is how to make our approach suitable to the 300 cities in China. The customer behavior and financial conditions are very different in those areas. So, it is a challenge for us to handle the difference among the cities. The third challenge is the fast economy growth in China. As you know, with the rapid growth in China, many new urban districts and satellite cities are quickly emerging, and customer financial requirements are also changing as the personal wealth increase. It is critical to quickly and accurately rebuild our branch network to fit the changes. To handle the problems and challenges, ICBC partnered with IBM for about 5 years, and now we have built an innovative system. Next, I will invite Dr. Xie Ming from IBM Research to introduce the BR system and the models.
Thank you, Li Jie. Now I would like to introduce the models and the system in the BR system. Besides the BR system, there are also existing methods for site selection. Here is the most commonly used one. This method has 2 steps. In the first step, some sites are recommended by experts. And in the second step, a scoring model is used to evaluate each of these sites one by one. And the scoring model is typically a weighted sum of a set of metrics. And the value of these metrics can be obtained through market surveys. This model is easy to use, but it cannot well handle ICBC's problems. First, it cannot calculate the customer distribution. The second, it evaluates the sites one by one and cannot optimize the branch network. So ICBC partnered with IBM and customized the branch reconfiguration system. This system integrates a large amount of different types of data, including the geographic data, demographic data, economic data, and the branch transactions and performance data. The BR system provides analytical results to address ICBC's problems. Now, let's have a look at the video for the introduction of BR system.
BR was developed by applying operations research while considering the practical business needs of banks. Locating branches is like playing chess. BR partitions a city into a grid of tens of thousands of cells. Based on geographic and demographic data, BR leverages advanced OR models to assess the customer resources in each cell, search for the optimal branch network, and determine the branch types according to the surrounding customers. The BR system has 3 interactive areas. The first is the map area. Users can see branch locations, geographic data, and analytic results on this window. The second is the analytic operation area. Users input data and perform all analytic functions on this window. The third is the function navigator area. Users can navigate all system functions by clicking the corresponding links in this window. The BR system offers 4 key functions. The first one is branch information management. Users can create, modify, and query branch information, such as locations, photographs, and performance. The second one is market potential calculation. Users can use this function to calculate the market potential value inside each small geographic area. The third one is branch network optimization. Here, users can optimize the branch network locations to maximize coverage of customers given a specific number of branches. The fourth one is branch site evaluation. Users can calculate an estimate of the benefit associated with opening a new branch at a given site based on geographic and demographic data, the locations of competitors, and ICBC branches in the neighborhood area. BR can support the simultaneous accesses of multiple analytic tasks. The analysts from different ICBC branches can perform the market potential and branch network optimization tasks in the integrated BR system.
As we can see from the video, the BR system provides the 3 key analytical functions. The first is the market potential calculation, and the second is branch network optimization, and the third is the branch site evaluation. And each of these analytical functions are supported by an OR model. And next, I will introduce these OR models. The first model is the market potential calculation model. BR partitions the entire city into a grid. And the market potential model is to evaluate the market potential value of each cell. The market potential value is a measure of the customer volume and value. And a higher market potential value means the cell has more high-value customers. We build the market potential model by integrating the data and the expert knowledge. From the geographic data, demographic data, and the economic data in the cell, we calculate a set of metrics. And then we also incorporate two different types of preference information from expert knowledge. The first type is the cell preference. That is, given two cells, an expert often knows which cell has higher market potential value than the other. And the second is the metric preference. That is, given a pair of metrics, and the expert often knows which metric is more important. And then we use a linear model to calculate the market potential value F from the matrix value X. And then we use an optimization model to calculate the weights W. In the optimization model, the preference information are modeled as the constraint. And in the objective function, minimizing the first term is to better separate positive samples and negative samples. And minimizing the second term is to make sure similar cells have similar F values. And then we also incorporate the variable xi to relax the constraints. And now this optimization model is solved through a quadratic programming method. And there are also literatures use preference information to build models. But here we integrate different types of preference information, and by doing so, we now build the model with much fewer preference pairs. And this lowers the burden of information collecting and make the model easy to use. After we calculate the market potential value of each cell, then we render the cells with colors according to this value. And then we get the colored grid map. And this map clearly shows the customer distribution result. Then the second model is branch network optimization model. Here, the xjk is the binary decision variable to indicate whether to locate a branch with type K at a given cell J. And nk is the maximum number of the branches with type K. And in the objective function, W is the market potential value of a cell, and Y is the market share in this cell covered by the branch network. And here we can see that Y is a nonlinear function of the decision variable X, and this makes the problem difficult to solve. And this is a large-scale MIP problem with nonlinear objective function. And in a typical case, as we can see that there are many decision variables and the solution space is very large. And based on the no-free lunch theorem, it is hard to use a general MIP solver to efficiently solve this problem. What we need to do is to exploit the characteristics of this problem. And fortunately, we found the good characteristics of this problem. That is, in this problem, good solutions tend to cluster together. This is because that in this problem, the overall performance of a solution is the sum of the contribution of all the decision variables, and the change on one decision variable does not have large impact on the overall performance of a solution. And based on this observation, we use the nested partitions method to solve this problem. And one key step in of this method is sampling the solution space. And we constructed a relaxed problem to generate good enough solutions to guide the sampling process. And this enhanced the algorithm's efficiency. Here are some experimental results. And in this experiment, we used both a standard MIP solver and our method to solve the problems. And as we can see in the results set A, these are small size cases. The standard solver and our method generate comparable results, and our method needs much less CPU time. And for the set B of large size cases, the standard solver didn't generate the results in 1 week, but our method still generated results in reasonable time. And the standard solver used in this experiment is Cplex. It has good performance in solving general MIP problems. And Cplex has been acquired by IBM 2 years ago, and our method will be released in Cplex future versions. And from the second model, we get the optimized branch network. The third model is branch site evaluation model. This model is to assess the value of opening a branch at any given location. In this model, we use the existing branches as training samples. And in order to improve the model's accuracy, we also incorporate preference information. So this is also an optimization model. In the objective function, the first term is for the training samples. The second term, the third term, and the constraints are for preference information. This model also is also solved through a quadratic programming method. These three models collaborate together to generate the final results of BR system. And the models and the system are tested and validated during the 5 years implementation of the project. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Jiang Liying, the senior expert from ICBC, to share her experience of the implementation.
Thank you, Dr. Xie. I am Jiang Liying. I have served in ICBC for 20 years. In the last 6 years, I focused on branch development in ICBC. To deploy BR in ICBC smoothly, ICBC and IBM experts found a strong project team with clear project plan. In the pilot phase, we adopted the BR in 7 typical cities, for example, Suzhou and Guangzhou. As the domain experts, we tested the models. We were fully convinced by the results of BR. Before, we had to judge by personal knowledge. Now, we can rely on the objective and accurate BR results to make much better decisions. Then, we began to roll out BR in the whole country. We also have lots of training, grew over 500 experts. Now, BR has been deployed in 40 cities. All the efforts have led to huge impact to ICBC. Now, I'd like to invite Mr. Liu Xiaohu, our director, to summarize BR impact.
Thank you. I'm Liu Xiaohu, Director of Branch Management Division of ICBC. Now, I would like to introduce the overall impact of BR, including direct benefits, expected benefits, and organizational impact. As we know, deposit volume is one of the important performance index of banks. Just mentioned before, BR has helped the ICBC optimize the branch network. So ICBC now can reach more customers, provide better service and products. All those has led a significant deposit increase. The increase was due to both BR and natural growth. So, in order to estimate the benefit from BR, we should take out the impact of deposit natural growth. Now, I would like to take ICBC Suzhou as an example. In this typical city, the deposit increase attributed by BR is $1.04 billion. BR project was completed in ICBC Suzhou in 2007. By the end of that year, the deposit was $7.56 billion. But at the end of 2010, the deposit was $13.67 billion. So the total deposit increase is $6.11 billion. Based on historic data, we found that the deposit growth rate of adjacent areas are typically close. So we can use the deposit growth rate of nearby cities, such as ICBC Shanghai and Wuxi, to estimate the deposit natural growth rate of ICBC Suzhou. Those cities didn't implement the BR project before 2010. By this way, we can estimate that the deposit growth rate of ICBC Suzhou is 18.6%. Under this natural deposit growth rate, we can calculate that the deposit growth rate in ICBC Suzhou is $5.07 billion. By deducting the natural growth, we get the deposit increase only attributed by BR is $1.04 billion. By applying the same logic, we can calculate that BR has contributed ICBC additional deposit increase is $21.2 billion. In the future, BR will be applied to more cities and will contribute ICBC deposit increase of tens of billions of US dollars. Besides deposit increase, BR also brings others benefits to ICBC. First, it provides a solid basis for ICBC make a branch network optimization decisions, and helps ICBC improve the investment, have a good investment return. It is typically cost of opening a new ICBC branch is about over $1 million. So without BR, it was a big loss if a branch is not located at right place. Second, BR helps ICBC make faster decision on branch and help ICBC enter new market faster than competitors. Third, BR helps ICBC improve the branch management. Just as I had said before, now we have more branch management expert, better process, and a powerful software system. Fourth, BR helps ICBC much closer to our customers and help us improve our customers' satisfaction. To summarize, with the ongoing application of BR, ICBC will make additional investment on branch net construction, personnel arrangement, ATM equipment, and other measures. All those investments, together with the optimized branch network, will contribute to ICBC additional deposit increase and help ICBC have a good business development. Just as you have seen in the previous video, our chairman, Mr. Jiang Jianqing, has also made hand endorsed to BR project. BR project has also been applauded by other executives, as you will see.
长期以来，中国工商银行一直非常关注和重视如何优化我们的机构网络。这一次，我们和 IBM 公司合作，采用先进的运筹管理科学的方法，进一步调整、规范了工商银行的网络机构的设置计划，进一步提升了我们的资源配置的效率。我们感觉到这个项目的效果是良好的，我们对这个项目的执行情况是满意的。我们相信，在今后的日子里，工商银行将会继续凭借我们强大的信息科技的网络技术，进一步着力的优化我们的机构网络的配置，来保证工商银行整个资源配置效率的进一步提升，保证我们机构网络设置的进一步优化。
The success of IBM's collaboration with ICBC on the Branch Reconfiguration project demonstrates how OR principles lead to tangible business value. By almost any banking industry standard, ICBC has a huge customer base with a vast branch office network. Experts with intuition developed from years of experience in a specific city may be able to do a good job laying out a branch network in that city. But this expert-based process does not scale to address 300 quickly growing and changing cities. Branch reconfiguration codifies that human expert knowledge using analytics for repeatable results and is deployed in all cities where ICBC does business. The spatial temporal analytic methods that were developed in the branch office reconfiguration project advance the OR field. They have applicability in many other businesses with a consumer-facing retail network. This project demonstrates the meaningful business value and social impact of operations research.
I'm very excited to introduce a best practice of applying operational research to better serve our client, a joint effort done by ICBC and IBM. First, we have deal with multi-layer of information, different geographic, different population, today's customer need, coming future customer new behavior, new business needs. All those are different set of information. Also, we have to deal with different type of data, structured, unstructured, specific, or even very fancy data. IBM is the company always want to be a pioneer applying science, especially information science, to be able to address the big challenges of the enterprise are facing. I believe this best practice between ICBC and IBM is one of those great examples.
Thank you. Next, let's invite Dr. Thomas Lee, the director of IBM Research China.
Good afternoon. It's a great honor to be here today. After hearing about those contents regarding the projects, solutions, and the outcome, I'd like to highlight a few significant points from two perspectives. The first is about the journey. Second, the impact. When starting the projects 5 years ago, we think about what to do, how to do this. We decided to take jointly together with the ICBC to take a different approach because there are so many different parties involved in a banking branch reconfiguration. So we want to take the approach what we call participatory in-market research. inviting different roles, including planners, designers, controllers, users, researchers, and practitioners, all working together. So instead of the mindset like us versus them, the solution providers versus the users, we are all blended together into one team. Facing the fast growth of urbanization and modernization in China, with more than 5 million people flow into city every year, you can imagine how big and how fast the change in the landscape, in the middle class structure, the emergence of everything all together. We ask the question, can we really serve to solve the problems, serving 1,600 branches in 300 cities, 259 million individual users, customers, and close to 36 million corporate accounts? Can we build an effective solution? Can it be repeatable? Can we continuously improve this? Again, the team jointly decide that we need to have a process based on methodology and a set of tools, including multiple models you saw earlier, taking various types of data based on the same foundation that we can do not only in a quantitative way, but also to generate real results. So it's a process that at the end, after each deployment, we also do post-analysis. The analysis results not only will help us to enhance the methods, the tools, the process, but also the problem space. We even discover in the journey we have to redefine the problem space. It's like a dream of anyone working on operations research. It's not a single solution, single problem statement. It's evolving all the time. And this is a good point to talk about impact. With all of those changes going through this journey, what's the impact? The impact definitely, including the remarkable financial performance you saw earlier, but also including the impact in changing the mindset, changing the model of how people work together. I want to share with you one small story here. You saw in the second model among the three is the branch network optimization. In other words, starting from working on a small area in a small number of branches is quite simple from what we see today. At that time, it's difficult. But after we reach some very good results, the team decided to change the whole mindset. We are going to enlarge the geographical region, thinking about how to find the solutions for multiple branches at one time simultaneously. So in other words, this change is breaking the tightly coupled relationship between a designated branch and a set of customers. This is an opening of a new milestone in the banking modernization in China. It's not only focusing on the performance of a single branch, but it's more looking at the whole thing from customer services. It's customer-oriented. So another big impact, in addition, is the open collaboration between ICBC and IBM. It demonstrates a leadership role model for many others in the industry in China to learn and to follow. And the teams actually are willing to share what we learn with others. It's a cross-discipline, cross-industry collaboration. You probably can imagine at the very beginning, it's very difficult. But now it's working as one team. We believe this change will help to accelerate the adoption of operations research in China and outside China, beyond a single industry. I want to thank you again and take the chance to invite my colleagues to entertain your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much.